Yeah, so it must have stopped recording. I don't know how to splice them together. Maybe I'll have one of my kids help me figure that out. I know there's a way to edit video. I don't think I have a software for editing, but I should probably get one. But, I really haven't had that many people sign on. I think I have like 26 subscribers, I think. And some of those are friends and family. So I don't think I've really reached out and grown my channel, per se, to folks that don't have a connection with me. It's bumpy. Anyway, so the other thing I guess I want to chalk on is, I posted a video on colon cancer, and then I tested positive with this, and I'm not going to mention the name of the outfit because I don't want to get sued or anything, but there's a tremendous amount of false positives. So that makes me feel good as far as this is probably a false positive. And you get thinking about stuff like this as well. Maybe they come up with these stupid tests because they want more people to go in and get their blood scoped. So we'll come out with some dumb test, and we'll get people to think, well, if you do this test, comes back negative, you won't have to do anything for 3 years. Whereas, the colonoscopy is every 10 years. And there's so many other factors in there too. So I'm not near as worried or stressed or anything. And I wasn't to begin with. It's like, it is what it is. You can't fix something, change something that you have no power and control over, right? And so for like a day, I was making sure I had my ducks in a row financially. So if something happens to me, my wife's going to be set. She shouldn't have to worry about nothing. And so I had that squared away. That made me feel better. And, the funds that were going to be left and what she was going to have, I mean, if she couldn't live nice off that, then there's a problem. And, but anyway, so I did that. That made me feel good, and I think that made her feel good too. That I was looking at something that hadn't even been confirmed yet, and the fact that I put her first, I think made her feel important, and because she is important, and because last thing I want to do is leave someone that I've spent 30 years with, with a mess. And if you haven't done that yourself, you've been married 10 years, 15, 20 years, tomorrow is not promised. It's not a promised day. It's not a gimme that you get to wake up every day. It's not a gimme that you get to drive to work every day, unmolested, no accidents, so on and so forth. I mean, every day is literally a blessing because it's not carved in stone. It's not. God knows where you're going to go, but I don't. The world doesn't. Our partners and friends and so on and so forth, they have no clue. And I mean, I've experienced death, unexpectedly 4 times, in my family, just out of the blue. And then 2 others that I had no idea would even do what they did. And that was suicide. I had 2 guys that I knew that, and I worked with both of them, that wound up committing suicide, which is a travesty, shame. But anyway, so that was interesting. So I feel better. So now I just gotta wait for my doc to get back, go get this scheduled, and go through the whole embarrassing procedure of having somebody shove a tube and a camera up my rear end. I just think that's just, I know women go through a lot for their physicals and so on and so forth, and I get it. I've been there with my own wife, and I've watched the procedure, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I would not like this at all. I mean, it's just, but it's I guess it's necessary, to find it before it becomes a problem. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So I think we've all heard heard that analogy. So, I get it. I have a friend of mine that goes every year because that runs in his family. And so he's like, yeah, man, it's no big deal. And he's like, those tests, he's like, they mean nothing, and he gets them every year. He's like, it's not that big of a deal. The worst part is, going through the cleansing part, but the procedure itself is easy peasy. So we shall see. And I will report back on that. And if pardon my language, if it sucks, I'll tell you it sucks. I'll tell you the whole experience. I doubt very likely they would let me film it, because if I could film it without showing any skin, and I'd film it, and just because maybe that might help somebody else that's apprehensive and not wanting to do it. So anyway, that's my 5-minute rant on got me a nice cup of coffee, and I was hoping that if I blacked out the screen, that it would continue to record, but I got to figure that out on this thing. I'm not quite sure how to do that. So, yeah, man, is that good coffee? It's like it change your voice, and if you don't have any hair in your chest, it'll give you a hair in your chest, and you want to grab a Viking sword, and not that Vikings are known for coffee. Well, it's a Viking vanilla latte, and that's really good, man. It's creamy, frothy. Man, you can just taste that coffee. You'd almost kick somebody's arse for one of these. Do we have smell-o-vision? Let's get away with that. Wait, that's up too low. There you go. Get a sniff of that. I'd give you a taste, but I don't want to pour it on my phone. Speaking of phones, I got to get a new one. I've had this one here for quite a while. Yeah, I'm waiting for a good deal. Yeah, my phone company keeps throwing good deals at me, but I like to keep my old phone. I don't like to turn it in. They're like, we'll give you $1,000 for this old phone. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why my phone's worth $1,000. And a lot of interaction on this phone. Family photos, events, company stuff, things I've been to, done, travel, all that stuff. It's like, how do you wipe that off your phone completely? And if I knew that, then I'd probably trade my phone in. That way it's been wiped clean. There is no data on that phone. But, a lot of these companies, they put stuff on their equipment, man, where you think it's hidden, gone, disappeared. It's not. It moved from one location to another, one that you can't find. And they do that on purpose. And in hopes that you'll return that piece of equipment, and then they can capture that data. It's there's a lot of mischievous stuff going on in this world, and a lot of evil people, and a lot of people that would steal from their own mother. It's pretty pathetic, isn't it? Ooh, better slow my speed down. Not that I'm going horribly fast, only 76 in a 70. I mean, it's not horrible. Not good on the fuel economy. But I have kind of a coffee high, so that's my excuse if I got pulled over. Like, look, cop, take a swig of this coffee. Maybe he'd let me go. Maybe not. You got to be a moron to drink somebody else's coffee whom you've never met. Put your lips on something. God only knows what you'll get. Not for me, but, in general. But, yeah, then I noticed a friend of mine has tied on to my channel. So I just want to shout out to that person, and thanks for joining. I appreciate it. And it means a lot to me. And if you want to share that with other like-minded people, that'd be awesome. And just please, like and subscribe and leave a comment. I'd appreciate it, because I just want to get this out there further. And when you look at other YouTubers and stuff, when they first start off, it's very small, and but then as they grow, their subscriptions grow, and then they're able to get better equipment, better software, and they can put out some really good, well-edited content, and I'd love to get to that point. There's a lot to see in this country. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to analyze, from my level, and there's a lot of perspectives to get from other folks, that you can certainly articulate and tag in the description to either further your point or further your argument, whatever. And, now the sun's on the other side. How sweet is that? What an awesome beard. I had a friend of mine ask me, man, he goes, this is a guy I've known for almost 30 years. And he's like, man, are you dying? Are you whitening your beard and your hair? I'm like, no, dude, it's natural. And, for like 20 minutes, we're having this debate as to whether or not I dye my beard and my hair white. I said, dude, why would I make it white? I'm not that old. I'm in my mid-50s. And I know guys that have nice beards and a little gray, a little salt and pepper, and is top, in the head and in the beard, and they're older than me. So, why would I, I don't play Santa Claus, so why would I go through all that effort to do that? I wouldn't. So anyway, he's finally let that go. So anyway, so this is my rant this morning. It's Friday. I hope you guys have a great Friday. I hope it's blessed, and all your kids and grandkids, if you have any, are doing well, and that you get to see them over the weekend. And I'm hopeful that our country will continue to grow. Of course, the stock market the other day just rebounded like a big dog, and we knew it would. So I didn't do anything with my stuff, and man, it jumped right back. What I lost, I gained and then some. So yeah. So just be patient, folks. Trump said it would take a year, maybe two, to make this correction, to get things back to where they ought to be, morally, ethically, legally. So we just have to be patient. So anyway, so that's my rant. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to making the next video, and I hope you guys have a great day.